But go back hundreds of thousands of years, long before cities, electricity, or even houses existed, and sleeping after sunset wasn't comforting. It may have been the most dangerous thing a human could do. Imagine lying on the cold ground with no walls around you. Every strange sound in the darkness could be a hungry predator. Every rustling bush could hide a leopard. Every shadow might be another human waiting to attack. Yet despite all those dangers, our ancestors still chose to sleep at night. Why? Why didn't humans simply become nocturnal like owls, wolves, or many other mammals? The answer goes back millions of years, long before the first human ever walked the earth. Around 60 million years ago, the earliest primates were already beginning to adapt to life in daylight. In 1972, North America in Durham, Matt Cartmill is an American biological anthropologist who's researcher who introduced the famous visual predation hypothesis. According to his idea, early primates didn't evolve sharp 3D vision just for climbing trees. It helped them accurately judge distance and catch insects hiding among tree branches. Over millions of years, natural selection rewarded individuals that could see clearly during the day. Scientists call this a circadian rhythm. In North America in Portland, Jaffrey C. Hall is an American chronobiologist who won Nobel Prize 2017 to understand why our bodies naturally follow a 24-hour cycle every single day. This natural cycle is called the circadian rhythm, your body's internal biological clock. Jeffrey Hall discovered how a special gene called the period gene helps control this internal clock. Morning sunlight resets this clock every single day, telling your body when to wake up. In other words, by the time our earliest human ancestors appeared in Africa, they didn't need to learn to sleep at night. Their bodies had already been following the rhythm of the sun for millions of years. But evolution had created a new problem. Being active during the day meant surviving the night. And for ancient humans, the night was terrifying. Because once the sun disappeared below the horizon, the world no longer belonged to humans. The African savanna changed completely after sunset. During the day, humans could see danger coming from hundreds of meters away. But at night, their greatest advantage simply disappeared. Lions began hunting. Even snakes became harder to spot in the darkness. Compared to many predators, humans were almost defenseless. Research suggests that our ancestors survived not because they were the strongest animals on Earth, but because they worked together better than almost any other species. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies have found something fascinating. Not everyone sleeps at exactly the same time. Others stay awake much later. Older adults often wake up long before sunrise, while younger people tend to sleep longer. The Canadian biological anthropologist David R. Sampson, who introduced the famous book Hunter-Gatherers, 2017. In this book, he described Sentinel hypothesis. According to his idea, most of the group is asleep beneath the stars, but one person is still awake, quietly adding wood to the fire, listening to every sound coming from the... If a predator approaches, that single person has enough time to wake everyone else. One person stays awake, so the entire group survives. Sometime around 1 million years ago, our ancestors learned how to control fire. Exactly when it first happened is still debated. The Italian archaeologist Francesco Berna, while excavating Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa, his team discovered ancient ash, burned bones, and fire-blackened stones nearly 1 million years old. These findings revealed that Homo erectus was already controlling fire long before modern humans appeared, making fire one of humanity's earliest and greatest survival tools. Eventually, the campfire became the center of ancient human life. As the flames slowly burned lower, people rested together while a few remained awake, watching both the fire and the darkness beyond it. Something else was happening inside the human body. Every evening, as sunlight disappeared, the brain began releasing a hormone called melatonin. Over thousands of generations, this daily rhythm became deeply embedded in human biology. Sleeping after sunset wasn't simply a habit anymore. It had become part of who we are. Every time you feel sleepy after the sun goes down, your brain is following a biological rhythm that has been shaped over millions of years of evolution. Your bedroom may feel safe, but somewhere deep inside your mind, a tiny part of your ancient ancestors still remembers what the night once was. Across the world, millions of people naturally feel sleepy between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Many assume it's just because of a heavy lunch, but scientists discovered that's only part of the story. Sleep researchers have found that humans experience a second, smaller dip in alertness during the afternoon. It's part of our internal biological clock, even if we haven't eaten at all. One of the leading researchers who helped explain this was Dr. Alexander A. Borbély, proposed the famous two-process model of sleep regulation in 1982. According to his model, our sleep is controlled by two powerful systems working together. The first is sleep pressure. It slowly builds the longer you stay awake. The second is your circadian clock, which determines when your body naturally wants to sleep and wake. When these two systems overlap in the afternoon, many people experience a natural wave of drowsiness. That's why even healthy, well-rested adults often feel like closing their eyes for a few minutes. This isn't a modern flaw. It's a biological pattern that has likely been with humans for thousands of generations. Many traditional societies around the world have historically included a short midday rest. Rather than fighting this rhythm, they simply adapted their daily lives around it. Your body is still following ancient biological rules, rules that evolved long before alarm clocks, offices, or smartphones ever existed. And that means your urge to sleep isn't just about being tired. It's the result of millions of years of evolution still shaping your life today.